how true to the anime it's gonna be since this came out before the Wano arc started. I think.
Please let me know how the
on.
please let me know how the volume's working. I did some modifications to the mic.
All right, let's run the tech test. You are live. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to work. Say something.
Something.
Hold on. Yep. Everything works fine.
Well then, let's move on to the land of Wano arc. Hopefully this will be my last stream before Tuesday, at which point I shall stream Star Wars The Old Republic.
Cool.
I know I said I was going to call it a stream, but I've just been joined, so I've started it back up again.
Okay.
Look, Ollie, it's that thing you couldn't defeat.
Only that one time. I don't lose twice.
A certain Oliphant would disagree with that.
That's on me. I set the bar too low.
Yes, you did. What you should have said was, I may die, but I get back up. That I could not disagree with, because you do get back up.
As many times as it takes, apparently.
I'm wondering, why haven't you streamed this?
What, Pirate Warriors?
Yeah.
I've not played it much, to be honest. I've got such a backlog of games to get through.
One Piece just seemed to be such a passion for you.
It is, and I like Warriors games, so I'm as surprised as you.
By the way, do you want to be annoyed about something?
I mean, not really, but I'm curious now.
I skipped half of the episode that leads Luffy and Co to the Marine headquarters.
Marine headquarters?
Yes.
Is that where they are now?
Yeah. Couldn't be asked to go for a flashback. I wanted to keep the story consistent.
What was the flashback?
It was how they got there. It was Marines versus Whitebeard's pirates, and then Luffy and Team Straw Hat arrived.
Ah, right. I get it. Not what I would have done, but I am... You know, I understand wanting to get back to what is essentially the Avengers Endgame of One Piece.
He's just broke away from the fight with Hawkeye Mihawk, is where I left it.
Okay, it's reasonably show accurate so far.
Gonna go with Zoro because if I'm not mistaken, I think I maxed out his growth map.
Well, all of his meters look full to me.
Oh look, it's me!
He can turn into a mammoth.
I know.
Kaido can turn into a dragon.
Thanks for the spoiler.
Oh.
I'll let you in on a little hint, Ollie.
What?
I already knew he does that because I saw it because he does it in the final mission of the treasure log. I was pretending I didn't know so that when I got to that point during this I could say, "What the hell is that?" You just ruined it.
Ah, damn. Sorry about that.
It's alright.
Got a bit excited and forgot that I wasn't supposed to say anything.
Yeah. It happens.
Zoro does look in his element in the land of Wano, though.
Has to be said. Did he ever get a rematch with Hawkeye Mihawk up till now?
He hasn't yet.
Is he ever? Is he ever? I mean, in this, looking in his element here, I get the impression that he has in some way outgrown Mihawk.
Well, it's got to be coming because that's like that's his series arc. That's his goal.
Yeah, it's just he's changed so much.
He has. I think it'll happen. He still wants to become the world's greatest swordsman. Mihawk still, for now, holds that title. Though the Straw Hats don't often get sidetracked a lot, don't they?
Yes.
They can't seem.
One thing I will be particularly embarrassed about is if Tashigi defeats Hawkeye Mihawk before Zoro does, and then he has to defeat her in order to achieve his dream.
That'd be a turn-up, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I know, I'd be embarrassed because I just don't think she's that good.
No. If she were that
Hi
good,
Dad, love you. I won't. Sorry, you were saying?
I was saying if she were that good, she wouldn't be second in command to Smoker.
Agreed. Mind you, I'm wondering how long that's going to last. I mean, she kind of had a proving ground for leadership during the Alabasta story arc.
I think the next time you see them together is in the Punk Hazard arc. That's a weird arc.
I'm curious, does Smoker have Haki?
I think he does.
He seems to rely more on his Devil Fruit powers from what I've seen, and his Sea Stone Prism.
Well, he's got a pretty good Devil Fruit power, to be fair. And it seems like most people can't use Haki, so...
It's just that I wonder how he was able to resist Hancock's charms in the last episode I watched.
I think he's just, like, very disciplined like that. He didn't allow his mind to go there. Like, there was one, you may have seen, there was one Marine captain who stabbed himself in the hand at the right moment to keep his mind on the pain so that he wouldn't be turned to stone.
May have skipped that episode.
And of course, Luffy does not have a sex drive, so...
I figured he resisted because of Haki.
I'm pretty sure Luffy's just asexual. Like, I don't know if it's canon that he is, but like that's as good an explanation as anything.
I guess.
He's just not interested. Like,
that's a shame. I could see him and Hancock becoming Pirate King and Queen.
I ship them. Like, that means I would support their union. I don't actually dedicate time to the pairing of Luffy and Boa Hancock.
No, neither do I.
But like, I'm very glad that I'm glad Sanji wasn't there to witness it.
I would.
Like, I mean, can you imagine the aneurysm Sanji would suffer knowing that ostensibly the most beautiful woman in the world, in that fiction, at least within the context of One Piece, acts toward Luffy the way he acts towards everyone?
To be honest, I think that would amuse me very greatly.
It would amuse me, but for Sanji's sake, it's good that he didn't see it.
I don't know. You know me. I like watching good guys suffer. This guy can predict the future, right?
Hawkins. He can assess probability, I think, would be a better... he uses the cards to say, there is about a 7% chance that this will happen.
Well, here's something that's 100% chance. You are about to lose. I will resist the urge to make a Stephen Hawking's joke because I'm not sure it'll work. Where did all that hay just come? Oh, I get it. He's a dead man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's he has the straw fruit, I think. His devil fruit power is straw, and an interesting thing he can do with it is that he can make sort of like voodoo dolls of his crew and keep them on his person. So if he takes a fatal blow, he can transfer that fatal blow to one of his underlings.
I see. Thinking of a Wizard of Oz joke that would be appropriate here. Oh, I see what he's done. He has a voodoo doll of that samurai chief, so that when I when I killed him.
Yeah.
Looks like this scarecrow has a brain. You remember when we did Wizard of Oz at Hereward?
Yes.
After I played the scarecrow and I got torn apart by those flying monkeys, and we had PG and CB with that song they sang as they put straw back into my shirt.
Yeah.
Stuff there, stuff there, whether you're straw or hay. I wasn't acting when they pressed their hand down on my stomach. It did actually hurt.
Oh. Then it's like, you guys go ahead and carry me with you.
I look back on it. I can't help but think it would have been funny if we got to the point where the Cowardly Lion, i.e. CB, and we have to fight the monkeys. After the fight, it's me and PG just standing there saying, "Is he done yet?" Just for the mere fact that lions beat monkeys.
Yeah.
It turns out the Cowardly Lion didn't need his courage to slaughter them. Now he's got 2 lives remaining.
Well, we'll soon fix that.
Hey Hawkins, what's the square root of an isosceles triangle? It has no bearing on this conversation. I was just wondering if you knew.
Not off the top of my head.
Not you, him. He's the scarecrow.
Ah, right.
Wouldn't be a challenge if I asked you. I mean, you could just call upon that one episode of The Simpsons. The one where Homer finds those glasses.
Ah.
Of course, he still managed to get it wrong, but whatever. Well, red flag Drake. You're actually starting to hurt me. I may have to regenerate. Sorry, you were saying?
So far, it's not inaccurate.
Right now, I'm thinking that if Drake had the indomitable spirit, he'd be invincible right now.
Yeah. A lot of the higher ups in the Animal Kingdom pirates can turn into dinosaurs.
Yeah. You know, I was doing the treasure log, playing as Drake. Came across what was that? What's that thing that Lucci's attached to?
That thing he's attached to.
Yes, the organisation.
Oh right, yeah, CP9.
CP9, that's it. I was fighting him and the giraffe earlier,
Yeah.
and I found myself saying, "You can turn into a tiger. You can turn into a tiger and a giraffe, but I can turn into a dinosaur." I'm no paleontologist, but I don't think the odds favour you.
Yeah.
He thinks everyone's such a disappointment. He must have heard about Disney's sequel trilogy. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, I thought it was Blackbeard.
Here he is.
Kaido. Why is it that every time I see his name, I keep thinking about the pirate rap? I mean, it sounds like it, but Kaido isn't Yayo, is it?
Yeah, no. I mean, this doesn't look like the area where this happens, but this is exactly what happens.
Well, they did say this is a game original. You know, if I was Kaido and Luffy said, "I've come to beat you up," I probably would have said... what would I say? I'd probably say, "Sure you are."
Okay, that's not how it went down.
How did it go down?
Kaido didn't need to revert to human form. He basically just bitch slapped Luffy through a house, even in Gear 4,
Oh.
as a dragon. They haven't got to have round 2 yet.
You think they're jumping ahead to that?
Well, apparently it's happened in the manga, but the show hasn't caught up to it yet.
Youch. What about you? If you were Kaido and Luffy said, "I've come to beat you up," what would you say?
I'm sure you have.
The king of the beasts. You know, I'd like to think about what I would say in response to certain things that get said on by various heroes. I think back to Wanda addressing Thanos and saying, "You took everything from me," and I think if I were Thanos, I probably would have said, "That's nice."
You took everything from me. You're gonna have to be way more specific.
You took everything from me. I don't know you, but that's a distinct possibility.
You killed my father. I've killed lots of people's fathers.
You killed my father. I also killed mine. You don't hear me moaning. You killed my family. I spared your life. Show a little gratitude.
I still think my favourite version of that particular sentiment is in the Street Fighter movie. For you, the day Bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. For me, it was Tuesday.
You know, think about that line. And then I think back to that fantasy I used, well, to some extent I still have, of the universe being remade in my image, and how I've turned us all in basically my own version of the Avengers. We've gone to Thailand for a meal, and we find a group of terrorists there. We kill them, and then we're just having our meals, and the government of Thailand comes by asking if we think they were harboring if we thought they were harboring the terrorists, and I say to them, the day my beneficiaries and I graced your country was the most important day of your life, but for me, it was Thai Food Tuesday. I wanted one of those. Well, needed one of those, actually. Oh, I've unlocked Hawkins.
Very good.
Luffy's allies begin to rally under the Straw Hat banner after hearing of Luffy's arrest. They plan to help their friends by making the most of the confusion as the Big Mom pirates approach. If you're planning to eat him, Kaido, I wouldn't. He's made of rubber. Surely you can have better steaks than that.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I don't know if the blonde is a man or a woman in this game.
He's a man, I think. Although they didn't factor into this arc, so this is, I think, where they've gone off script a bit.
Those two are playable characters, technically.
Yeah.
You breaking a promise is Kaido's fault.
Apparently.
He changed his hairstyle.
Yeah.
Oh, look who it is. It's Ebon facial hair.
Yeah.
Oh, he's an ex-naval commander now. I think he looks better in the uniform.
We don't know this, but we think he's fighting for the revolutionaries now.
Yes, if this is any indication, he is. So many to choose from. And only one of them is maxed out to 100%, which makes this which makes him the only option. Oh, I
Makes
didn't
it a
know I
very
could.
easy shot.
I didn't know I could do that. I can move this around.
Ah,
ここには我らが主君光月おでん様が残した名城がござった今や見る影もないが
Bit pointless, really. The loading screen doesn't really quite take long enough for that to be worthwhile, in my opinion.
yeah.
トロ久しぶりどうしたんだみんな暗い顔して何かあったのか
Oh, nothing special. Luffy's just been beaten to a bloody pulp and has been captured by a demented pirate emperor.
ルフィが
You sound surprised.
Of course he did.
I don't even know if I've reached the halfway point for One Piece yet, and even I know he'd be stupid enough to do it.
Smoker also hasn't gotten involved. In fact,
待ってください
if Luffy had thought to bring in the Straw Hat Fleet, the siege on Kaido's castle might have gone a little more
協
smoothly.
力を要請しに来ました
Although maybe not, because there was some infiltration required.
Hmm.
また海賊と手を組むなんざ不本意だがそれが大将藤虎からの指示
Yeah, sending a fleet to do what must be done by infiltration is like using a sledgehammer to do a job for a scalpel.
できていることは知っているが
But we have so many hammers.
Although with 6,000 men strong, they might not have needed to bother with infiltration.
そのために我々が派遣されました
しかし
Depends what they were up against. I mean, were they up against King's Landing or
ビッグマムとの衝突はより大きくなる
Well,
Harrenhal?
私たち麦わら救出に協力します
I'm not sure. Well,
この罠
the first part of the battle was on sea
優
because
先としましょう
Kaido's castle is surrounded on all sides. It's an island. You have to sail water to get there from whatever direction.
Hmm.
ビッグマムがワノ国に接近しているとすればカイドウたちは間違いなく動くその隙をついて麦わらを
Castle in the Riverlands, then, eh?
Yeah.
What do you suppose was the universal opinion to seeing Blackfish again after the Red Wedding?
Well, I thought it was good to see him. But
久しぶり
He seemed so defeated.
お前らどうしてここに
They had his son Edmure said that threatening to cut his throat, and his reply is, "Go on, cut his
君たち
throat."
は知らないだろうが麦わら捕獲の事実はもう世界中に知れ渡っている
What do
well,
I?
yeah, because he knew they wouldn't do it.
一味の皆様のピンチとあらば駆けつける
Because Edmure's their only bargaining chip, they'd be stupid to throw it away like that. So he knew it was an empty threat.
誰だお前ら
How is it that we never saw Edmure again? I mean, Arya wiped out House Frey. Didn't she think to release him from the dungeon?
騒がしい
Yeah.
な何があった
Edmure, I think he was I think he was one of those at the end who petitioned to be named king, and then Sansa went, "Uncle, please sit down."
I mean, we all know Edmure's more trouble than his worth, but come on. He's still family.
麦わら大船団ね
Yeah.
助けてくれるなら心強いわ
Couldn't light his grandfather's... No, his uncle's ship on fire after he passed. And let's not forget the mill.
少しはこの
Yeah.
僕を見習ったらどうだ
I would have that head on a spike by now. Instead I have a mill. I found myself saying, is it a nice mill?
I mean, you've got to take the positives where you can get them.
皆さん、部下から報告です。
Maybe it is a nice mill.
ビッグマムのワノ国接近を知り、百獣海賊団が動き始めたよう
You
です。
know, if Arya did release Edmure, I could see him going to that mill and defending it to the death as if it was the only bit of property he had a right to have. Because it was the one... Because at least he conquered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have put that in. I think that's a pretty good, decent enough story.
Yeah.
Of course, in my version of the last season, he could have regained his honour by defending that mill and turning into a bulwark against the White Walkers. Of course, I don't think I need to tell you that in my version of Season 8, the White Walkers do get past Winterfell. I just don't see the point in them not.
Well, I would think in the version that George R.R. Martin had in mind, they wouldn't have either, but it would have, because I think he gave David and Dan cliff notes as to the events of the story, and then they just sort of went rapid fire through them in Season 8.
Disappointing. You guys were carrying those heavy explosives for so long and you didn't even get to use them on me.
連中に任せときゃいい。俺たちは敵を足止めするぞ。
スモーカーさん、
Although I highly doubt that Arya would have been the one to kill the Night King.
No, that's a stupid idea.
Jaime was set up to kill Cersei. Jon Snow was clearly the one that was to fight and kill the Night King.
I tend to think that's a bit too obvious because it was too set up. I would have either have made it a joint effort between a number of people and let the audience keep guessing until the last possible second, and possibly settle on Jaime Lannister doing it in the end. Because that way he lives up to his reputation as the Kingslayer. I mean, they were grooming him for a face turn for ages, weren't they?
Yeah, he was gonna cement. I'm 90% sure he was gonna cement that by killing Cersei. If you've read the books, the foreshadowing is there.
Yeah. Thing about the
George R.R. Martin is not one to change his story because he thinks people have guessed it. Like, I mean, everyone had guessed Jon Snow's lineage. That was called the R plus L equals J theory.
Fair enough. I just figured that was an instance where subverting expectations could be a good idea. As opposed to subverting their expectations in the absolute worst of ways, mind you.
Well, with Game of Thrones, they absolutely admitted that they only did it because they wanted to have a surprise. We really wanted to avoid the expected. Dany kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet. Like, it's just like, it's like they stopped caring in Season 8.
Probably did, and because they thought it was going to be easy. We'll just do something they're not expecting and let the story progress from there. Oh no, look who it is.
And like they also, one of them I think also had the temerity to say after that, in response to the fact that they ignored the obvious themes, that themes are for 8th grade book reports. It's like, no, they are an integral part of storytelling. There is a reason you're expected to talk about them in 8th grade book reports.
You don't exactly need a university degree to know that. What's their education exactly, Ollie?
I don't know.
I mean, these are people who are paid to do this sort of thing correctly, prepared to know, who are supposed to know these things.
Well, like, we had every reason to believe that they could because the first 4 seasons were really good. But then they ran out of book to go off, and it just... I mean, it went downhill in season 5 because they were stretching what little material they had left out to fill the season. And then they went off script in season 6, which was nowhere near as good as season 4, but it was still an acceptable level of good. And then, like, season 7 was okay, and then 8 just sort of blindsides us.
Yes, reminds me of something else that happened.
Well, not of something that happened, something you keep insisting happened.
It was a blindside to me, Ollie. Whether it blindsided you or not is irrelevant.
It shouldn't have been.
Well, it did. There's no use saying it isn't a blindside because I was blindsided. I have to admit I felt a bit of a blindside from the Book of Boba Fett.
How so?
I didn't like seeing Grogu there.
I mean, it does seem a bit...
Cliche?
Well, not cliche, but... I don't imagine Luke knew that he was sending a child into an active war zone, but he did that.
Well, it's just the fact that they're together again. I mean,
Well,
I think the
so...
King Lion and the Cub has run, shall we say, has run its course.
I mean, you may be right. I'm waiting to see how season 3 turns out to be the judge of that. But even with that status quo restored, I think the dynamic has changed enough to keep season 3 fresh, because the whole point of the show so far has been to find out where this little guy comes from and to return him to his own kind. And that plot point's been put to bed, so they can go on to other stuff now.
Big Mom has recovered. And she's advancing towards Sanji. I'm sure he can handle himself. I'm actually not, I just don't care.
That's very like Zoro. Well, he does care, he just doesn't want to let on that he does.
I'm the opposite. I genuinely don't care, and as a result of the fact that I don't care if anybody knows. I play these Warriors game, I come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I am not in possession of any gum. Obtained information on Luffy. Good for me. Look at these amateurs with their one sword style at combo. Haven't they ever heard of innovation? I mean, do these guys even have their one sword in their mouth? Thank God Seb wasn't here to hear me say that.
I think they probably break their teeth.
Looks like creme brulee's back. Who knew three swords could break through a wall of candy? Wait, it's unprecedented, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Why was I just coming round here? If I have to come back round here again, I will be annoyed. Tell her you hate her. Tell them I hate them. Now it comes up. Looks like the donut guy's back. Was he supposed to come back for this?
No.
Well, he is. Looks like Smoker is starting to struggle. And as he is all the way... Normally I like Smoker, but as he is all the way over there, I just can't seem to care, frankly.
Yeah.
I have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. I defeat Katakuri, and then Big Mama comes back again.
I was rather hoping this would have some of the Wano arc villains.
Doesn't it?
I mean, not that hadn't appeared before anyway.
Well, that didn't.
So far, at least.
Well, that didn't take long. Not enough enemies defeated. That's rare. I mean, did you ever think that was possible? Me not defeating enough enemies?
Not really.
今日はねえぞ。ルフィはすでに鬼ヶ島へ護送済み。ビッグマム海賊団も後を追っている。状況は最悪だ。
早くなんとかしねえと四皇の直接対決が起こるかもしれねえ。俺たちも急いで後を追うぞ。
So Big Mama versus Kaido. Who should I root for?
お兄ちゃん、もう足止めはこれくらいで十分でしょ。エノスにも鬼ヶ島へ向かったし、私たちも早く。
Well, whoever you want, I guess.
しかしよ、
Could go either way, frankly.
Personally, I'd root for Kaido over Big Mom.
青生地。
Any particular reason?
話とは何だ、青生地。
I just don't like Big Mom very much. Not in a bad character sort of way, in an I don't want to see her get what she wants kind of way.
Well, you know her better than I do.
どういう
I like Kaido more.
仮にだ。ビッグマムとカイドウがこのまま潰し合って
Besides, he turns into a dragon. That's by definition better.
Yes, that is an enviable skill.
他の四皇
God, I wish I could turn into a dragon.
最近四皇入りした新参者にとっちゃ格好の攻め時だとは思わねえか。まさか黒ひげか。青生地。
I'd want to do it just so that I can make Smaug quotes.
そういう可能性もあるんじゃねえかってことよ。そうなったら麦わらどころじゃなくなるんじゃねえか。まあどう判断するかはお前らの決めろ。忠告はしたぞ。
You care about them.
お兄ちゃん。
Good. Then you can watch them die.
さすがのままでもただでは済まない可能性。
I like the way he says good.
そうなる前に俺たちだ。麦わら。
There's a style to saying it, I think. Benedict Cumberbatch has it. Elena Tyrell has it. Princess Leia has it. Or I should say had it, that was Legends. Have I maxed out
よ
Luffy?
し、やるか。くしょー。出せ。くそー。なろうや、すぐ出てやるぞ。
My grandson rots in a cell because of you.
カイドウ。
Our two great houses face collapse because of you and your stupidity. You're right. It's a burden I carry with me every day. Good.
さまあね、カイドウにやられたのか。
You just can't go wrong with Elena roasting people, don't you
だって
think?
捕まってるくせに。
No.
うるせえ。二度と深く
That was a universally beloved part of the show.
ぶっ飛ばす。
I wonder if you're the worst person I've ever met.
飛ばすのは俺だ。
From a certain age, it's hard to tell.
俺だ。
But the truly vile do stand out.
カイドウを倒して名を上げるのは俺だ。見つけたぞ、麦わ
カタクリ、どうしてここに。
まさかビッグマムの連
I
中
mean, do you actually think it's possible when you're Elena Tyrell's age to hate someone enough to think of them as the worst person you've ever met?
助けてくれんのか。
I mean, it would take some doing, but it's definitely possible.
カイロウ石の手錠だから私も触れられないんだよ。
For me, I suppose it would have to be a bloke I knew from secondary school who hated me for no reason.
ありがとう、カタクリ、エヴァ。なあ、カタクリ、こいつを助けてくれ。
It's a bit basic, but
いや、俺は助けを借りね
it's hard
Yeah,
to.
school, school isn't nice.
That's probably the hardest thing to top.
え。お前を助けたのはママのこ
I know you're of the opinion that there are no bad students, only bad teachers, but at my school, they had that initiative was beaten out of me.
I mean, schools aren't very good. Like, there's a limit to how good a teacher you're allowed to be within the confines of what you're allowed to do at school.
I would say in recent years those confines have gotten more limited.
I've not been back to school since 2008, so I wouldn't know.
麦わらが逃走する確率 63%。 不穏な予感がしてきていた。
What do you suppose he does if there's a 5% chance of something happening?
侵入者に脱走者。
Oh no.
誰一人逃がしはしない。いたぞ！侵入者だ！めんどくせえことになったな。
I'd like to know why the guy talks in percentages. I mean, doesn't that sort of imply he can use decimal point percentages? There's a 50.1%.
Yeah, that's rather precise.
シャボンディ諸島での一件といい、本当に無茶苦茶な野郎だ。
Why is he called Kid?
That's his name. His name is Eustace Kid.
Oh, Eustace Kid. I was beginning to think his parents decided to call him Kid. What kind of childhood was that like? Hey Kid, get over here! And then every single child walks over to them.
Yeah.
Didn't you already break out of prison? Luffy is only one away from 100%. Wonder if I got new abilities. Ooh, hello. Tad overkill given that I'm giving him 3 gauge abilities now, but I'm still gonna do it.
決して逃がしはしない。
Is he using after image?
He might be.
First person I saw doing that was a Jedi. Luffy has become the new legendary Super Saiyan. But he's so dumb. But he's so cool.
But that's so good. But that's so dumb.
His fist went round the world. Oh God, he's so cool. Missed. Maybe they need to defeat his lieutenants for a bit. That's okay, I have other forms. I can't transform into a dinosaur or a dragon, but I can transform into a zeppelin. Do you think a dinosaur could have survived the Hindenburg explosion?
Possibly.
Animal Kingdom pirates have arrived. With this, I could probably obtain invincibility through new means. If I can just constantly make sure I have a gauge ability set and ready for me, I can constantly heal up, never die, and I'll win.
Yeah.
Thank you for holding still. Looks like I found a robin in a cage. That was nice. A good one shot. It seemed like the right thing to do. Oh. Now to leave this place without freeing Frankie. Oh god, do I have to release Usopp?
I mean, I'm sure he'd like you to.
Well, when does what he like come as any consequence to me?
Attack me not.
When am I ever nice? Ollie, if I started being nice, you'd start hating me.
Well, I'd be suspicious of you.
Precisely. You've gotten used to me being horrible to people.
Who are you and what have you done with Jack Yockley?
My point entirely.
俺が断ち切ろう
Oh, you have a comment?
Roger is dead.
Yes. Yes,
Quite
he
dead.
is.
Lost his head, in fact.
Yes. He died before the events of the story.
In fact, his son's dead as well, so technically the bloodline is ended. That's sad. Wow.
His spirit lives on through Luffy, though. Luffy has inherited the will of Roger. I think that's basically been established in the show from the get-go.
Well, I wouldn't have had a problem with him becoming king of the pirates even if it wasn't his birthright.
Well, it's not his birthright per se, but
I mean, if
he
Rogers...
has the same kind of spirit as Roger, I think, is what the show is driving at.
I mean, if Rogers didn't... If Rogers If Rogers cared about who would inherit his, Who would inherit his fortune, he probably wouldn't have broadcast its existence to everybody. Now, I probably could have taken a shortcut there, but because I don't like Usopp, I decided to let him suffer for a bit.
Right.
I didn't, I actually just got lost.
It happens.
それなら再び唱えるだけ
Probably do better if I was to get to Robin before they do. Drake and Hawkins are sniping? They're watching my stream, Ollie!
The bastards.
What do you think this is, Among Us?
Yeah. It's not gonna help you.
俺が行く念のため
If that's Frankie, you better hurry up. Usopp, you are a problem child, you know that?
I'm sure he's aware.
Why don't you get your 6,000 men to bail you out? Hey Drake, what caused the extinction of the dinosaurs? One of my more humorous moments from secondary school was when I came up with my own idea for a Destroy All Humans game, set in the and it involves Crypto going back in time to the era of the dinosaurs and starts killing stuff. And one of my friends who I told him about said, "Oh, so that's what killed the dinosaurs."
Yeah. Huh.
I do like one-shotting. Everyone appears to be here. Oh, now I have to search for Kaido. I have to search for the guy who's defeated me very easily in the past and hope somehow the results will be different. Jack the Drought. I have to give myself a beating? What kind of sick game is this?
A masochistic one, apparently.
Sorry, I don't go in for that sort of thing. I'm just going to beat this mammoth up and we'll leave it and we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah. Which do you prefer, Bounce Man or Snake Man?
I think Bounce Man's got more abilities. That may change in progression. I'm using a gauge ability, your attacks will do nothing. Just accept your defeat with dignity.
I have broken the game in my favour, there is nothing you can do.
I think my aim was off. In terms of appearance, I can't really agree. They both look too Super Saiyan for my liking. Hey Ollie, do you know the name of a good elf archer who could help me with this?
He's off sightseeing with Gimli.
Oh.
They did that at the end of the book, and I wish they'd put that in the film. Although I understand why they didn't. That would have been too much for a film that already had a pretty long ending.
Mm. That's it for you. I'm afraid you're getting out of here, so I suggest you pack your trunk.
Katakuri's the only one on task.
Yeah, well, it wasn't going to be Luffy, let's be honest.
Yeah.
今は引く。だが
What's his stake in this, or is he not in this part?
He's not in this part that I know of.
Huh.
逃げるな待て
Luffy,
Jack
don't-
is.
これ以上の長いは無用だ。俺は
if he's not in this, what stopped them?
貸してやる。これは
おい何すんだよ
They didn't fight Jack.
Oh. Wait, you saying they didn't fight, or you saying they didn't fight Jack? Because if you
No,
said
they,
if you said if they didn't fight Jack, you could have been talking to me.
yeah,
Which is it?
今をつけて
no, they didn't fight the mammoth guy.
Oh, right.
The people of Zoe, the animal people, came to help them with that.
Oof. That's a very poor number of enemies defeated. Definitely have to come back to this at some point. I hope there aren't many missions left. I'm running out of time. Oh, the agony of choice. Give Kaido a beating.
I think for the purpose of the game, this might be the last mission.
I hope so. I do actually have something to do before I go to bed. And I do hope I have time to do it before my dad wakes up. That would be monumentally disappointing for both of us.
Right.
I probably should have saved this one till last. His arm is like an Omega Beam.
Yeah.
Do you even know what an Omega Beam is?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Death Battle.
Okay. Wondered if you remembered. Wasn't trying to insult you.
No, I know.
I believe we're at the prologue now.
Yeah. So this would be at least near the end.
That's apparently called Thor's Axe.
Huh.
Oh, look who it is. I suspect I have to fight her now.
Yeah.
Did I do this,
This
in the...
isn't.
Did I fight her in the prologue?
I believe so.
Can't remember, that was several streams ago. At least I think it was. Did I stream my first playthrough and upload it?
I think you did.
I'll have to find out later. Well... that's one way to say excuse me.
Yeah. I think that's where the prologue ended.
And this is where the end begins.
Yeah. Pay him a beating. Who do you think would be a good death battle opponent for Kaido?
Oh, tough question. What about one of the Titans from Attack on Titan?
I think Kaido would be a pretty easy victor in that one, to be honest.
Well, I mean, there are different kinds of Titans, right?
Yeah. I suppose either the Attack Titan or the Colossal... No, not the Colossal, that's too big. Or the Armored Titan would pose a... What about Kratos?
Kratos would win too easily. He wasn't even in his prime in the last God of War game, and he managed to slay a dragon.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, if you're looking for a fair fight, got to find someone who's giant, is about the size of Kaido.
Yeah. The impression I get from Kaido in the anime is he kind of wants to be killed in combat by someone stronger than him. Though I could be wrong about that. He hasn't outright said it.
Why does his eyes not have pupils?
He's unconscious.
Oh, don't people usually have their eyes shut when they're unconscious?
Usually.
Gotta be nearing this ending soon.
If that wasn't it. I mean, I'd be surprised if that was it. That's a bit of an anticlimactic ending, but you never know.
Well, this is an original, so it wouldn't have any bearing on the actual storyline. Led by members of
on Onigashima.
the two pirate groups led by members of the four emperors begin to move in earnest with a slumbering Luffy ahead. The party fight with the full battle. Meanwhile, a shadowy figure moves in the background. Wow, lots of choices. I'm going to stick with Luffy. What's their stake in this?
Well,
Aren't they on?
Strike is what they're part of the Animal Kingdom pirates.
So they're on Kaido's side?
Yeah.
来たぞワノ国成長
Not much point in guessing since we know it's you.
そろそろ始めそうだぜそうか俺様の狙い通りマジスお前に一つ頼みてえことだ麦わらとビッグマムがやり合ってるうちにカイドウの寝首をかけこれであいつのしまいだ
I hope I get to fight him in this. I've got something.
任せてくれ
I've got a one line. I've got something lined up for him.
よし
Yeah.
行くぞ野郎ども運行どもをまとめてぶっ飛ばしてこの世界
I rehearsed it during the treasure log, but I don't during my the stream I did earlier. But I don't plan to archive that. So as far as anyone is concerned, it'll be original probably a few weeks from now.
Yeah.
ルフィがカイドウに捕まったと聞いて飛んできたよ。このアイ
Just put some food in front of his nose. That'll wake him up.
もう少し早くついていれば
Yeah.
でねワノ国に黒ひげが上陸した模様です黒ひげやはりこの木は逃さねえな俺はスモーカーたちと先行して
Why can't I play as him in this? He's he's maxed out.
あれだ
That would be something.
Hmm.
雑かよクレな野郎だあれは麦わらの一味麦わらを引き渡せママの命令だ逆らったらどうなるかわかるよ
If we resist, you will try to fight us, and we will beat you up. And since we want to, we will happily resist.
ビッグマム海賊団
Yeah.
戦闘準備だ俺も手を貸すルフィたちが目を覚ますまで俺たちで持ちこたえるぞ
That guy with Sabo's hair, I could have sworn he was. Who the hell is that?
Oh, that's Momonosuke. He is the rightful heir to the throne of Wano.
Oh,
Kinemon there is his bodyguard.
Sanji, you corrigible idiot. Someone cut that guy's tongue out, it's giving me the creeps.
麦わらや
Yeah.
しっかりしろルフィ
モモの助様外に出ては危のうございます
もう良いもう良いのだルフィ王者に
Has Luffy ever surrendered?
あんなに傷ついておる
No. And I don't think he ever will.
拙者は耐えられぬ誰かが死ぬのはもう見たない
Get used to it if you're going to be a leader.
大将がよそんな顔すんじゃね
What he said. I'm sorry, lad, but life isn't nice. People get hurt and people die. You can't just stop it all by surrendering.
え約束だもんな今あいつらをぶっ飛ばしてくるからよ
It's like what Cutler Beckett said in a third Pirates of the Caribbean movie. If you fight, all of you will die. Surrender, and only most of you will die.
死なねえし
Yeah.
俺も仲間も
most of you, which could mean all but one of you will die. I don't know why Beckett even bothered opening his mouth during that scene. I mean, sure, it was funny, but you're making them an offer you must know they're not going to accept.
I don't think he wanted them to accept terms of surrender.
Well, why bother
wanted
offering
to kill
them
them.
then?
So that he could say that he did after he killed them.
What's the point? You can do that anyway.
大物之助様仲間のために立ち上がり仲間を守るために戦う者それが
No conversation of parley needed to be mentioned in the official record.
海賊行くぞやろうぞ
Let the battle begin.
ルフィ
Yeah, got him.
One of them actually managed to hurt me. Well, we can't have that. Well, class, can anyone tell me where thunder and lightning comes from? Yes, Bart, the leader, ma'am. Very good, Bart. And who invented Morse code? Oh, I should know this. The leader? Ah, correct again.
No, leader.
No. Leader. It's novel, gotta give him that.
Yeah.
Is that Blackbeard? Guess I'm doubling back.
Gotta pay him a beating.
Gotta pay him something.
ってやったんだ感謝しろよだが助かったよ
You're not Blackbeard. I imagine those fake Luffys are probably looking feeling a bit inadequate right now.
Yeah.
You know, Big Mama, there's no right way to hit a woman. I'll do it the wrong way. It's more or less working. I can keep my gauge powers up. I can keep myself in a constant state of healing.
That's always good.
Uh-oh. She's gone into overdrive. You want to keep going?
俺の仲間をなめんなよビッグマムその程度で俺に勝てると思うな
Cognac? Oh, it's a sword.
バラバラに挑んでも拉致が開かねえビッグマムに一泡吹かせるにはルフィ一斉に仕掛けるぞ
Nice shot, Brooke.
5分の時間よ
You're shocking a thundercloud. I thought that was Luffy then.
The Frankie's Horde.
Go, go, Frankie Rangers! Oh no, better yet, go, go, Straw Hat Rangers!
Frankimus Prime.
I'm surprised Sanji didn't hold back. He's technically hitting a woman now.
Yeah. Although, this has not as of yet happened in the anime, so
Oh, fair enough.
it may be non-canon.
Fair enough.
やったかいや確かな手応えはねえなあの方はまた復活してくる
She fell. I couldn't help but get the feeling a whip was going to come wrap round someone's leg. Fly, you fools!
Yeah, maybe Rayleigh comes to bail him out when it happens to him.
どこ行き
Oh, stay down. Oh. Crafty bastard.
黒ひげか
麦わらに手ひどくやられたかおめえのイカれっぷりもどうやらここまでみてえだなさすがに耳をかけたあんたとカイドウがぶつかるって知った時はよあんたら麦わらをめぐりお互いの戦力を消耗する俺にとっちゃあんたら
I wonder, Do you think Teach is actually looking for One Piece, or does he think he can become Pirate King just by killing everyone who could contest that position for him?
It could be either at this point. We don't actually know what he wants. But his pirates are going around killing people with devil fruit powers. So that he can possess the fruits.
Near as I can tell, all he wants is just to be king of the pirates.
てめえみたいな若造に負けると思うのか。
黒ひげだらねえ手を使いやがる。どいつもこいつも骨がねえ。定一船長すまねえ。闇討ちは失敗だ。
Better luck next time, Teach.
そこのババアがどうなるか知ったこっちゃ。
Kaido has Klingon energy sometimes.
生かしちゃいけねえな。ありそろっちまうとはさすがに気が悪い。裏かるぞ野郎ども。
Aren't you going to thank him? Oh.
突進するぞ。
Nice escape.
死に損なったな、リンゴ。まあいい。これで邪魔者は残らず消えた。おろろろろ。待っている。麦わらの小僧。
I think I will learn to live with it, Kaido.
後悔させてやる。
Huh.
お前がどれだけ怒ってようと俺の邪魔は絶対させねえ。
That way's blocked.
徹底的に奴らを潰せ。 船を壊して奴らの退路を断つ。
That's disappointing. Gotta stop Hawkins.
I don't think it does walk in the old way.
No, actually, I have to stop myself, basically.
あいつはサニー号を壊す気か。そこはさせねえ。俺はジャック
Ollie, what would you say if the next thing we hear are the words, Jack has destroyed the Sunny?
That's preposterous. Frankie built it to.
サニー号が危ない。私、アニヤを止めに行く。拙者も行くでござる。
I'm sure there's a shortcut that I could probably see on that mini-map if there weren't so many bloody samurai chiefs in that area.
俺たちがサニー号を守るからあいつを抑えてくれ頼む
こ
Damn it, Toshigi. Stop getting captured.
Jack has been defeated. That's good. I'm still playing. What are you talking about? This will rack up the kill points a bit. Let's see, help Toshigi or help Smoker? Well, this is a no-brainer. I'm convinced that Kuzan could defeat Drake. Ice Age defeats dinosaurs, obviously. Someone's in danger of fleeing. Sorry, Toshigi, I guess you're gonna have to wait.
ありがとうございました
Oh, Smoker's saved her. That's good of him.
さて俺はもう少し麦わらたちの戦いを見ていこうかね。この辺りの敵を倒せばカイドウまでの道を作れんじゃないか。俺が勝利するか。
Straw Man meets Straw Hat. I'm gonna make 1,000 hats from your corpse. Did you see that coming? Hey Ollie,
Yeah?
I think the Bounce Man lasts a bit longer than the Snake Man.
Huh.
Oh damn it, failed. This is it, Ollie. We're gonna kill Kaido, I hope. Ooh, the music's changed. What do you think of this, Ollie?
Ah. Well, you're certainly taking it to him.
Personal challenge, I'm going to try and defeat him before my bounce man runs out.
Well, it looks like you've almost got him.
So it would seem. Oh,
Did you get him?
he's getting back up.
Well, you got that version of his life down.
What's he doing there?
In the anime, he fights Kaido before Luffy does.
Does he
Not
win?
before the first time. They are still fighting. Well, not just him. The rest of the Wano Samurai and the Ninja Mink Samurai Alliance.
Was that his father's mistake?
Not really.
I wouldn't exactly call all speaking out against the rise of fascism a crime, more like a mistake by a beautiful, idealistic man who may have been my son's father. I miss her.
May have been. Yeah. It's not going to be the same without her.
Enter the dragon. Ollie, can you think of anything to wish for?
A few things, but I can't decide between them.
I wish for you to go back in time and remake Star Wars so it's the Legend storyline. World peace! See what I did there?
Yeah. I mean, if nothing else, it would prove me right that the Star Wars fandom would find something to complain about no matter what.
It would prove that only a few of them do that. But then again, we already knew that was the case because of the
we
prequels.
know it's only a few of them because the thing is that because of the size of the Star Wars fandom at large, that's still a lot of people, so they're still very loud.
Ollie, you know the rules of my Discord channel. We can only talk about Star Wars if we acknowledge Legend superiority.
I will not lie on the internet.
Even if it is a lie by your convictions, you have no choice.
Well, I can't honestly say that because I haven't experienced both to the point where I would know.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I proposed this challenge to you. I mean, the Thrawn books apparently haven't done that for you.
Well, I haven't really got that far into them yet. I read Darth Plagueis, was pretty good. That's one that a lot of people say is the best one.
Yes. If it hasn't done it for you what it did for me, then probably nothing will.
I mean, it was good, but it's not my favourite Star Wars book I've read. I'm not sure which one would be, to be honest. They're all pretty consistent in book-to-book quality.
My fear is you're going to read some Legend books and still think that the High Republic is better.
So what if it is?
Because it's wrong.
You don't know that, you've not read them.
I don't need to.
Well, to judge whether they're better than something, you kind of do.
No, I don't. Now this is a battle. People are still saying that. You're playing at being a pirate.
I mean, the news outlets of the world have declared Luffy the 5th pirate emperor at this point. I think he's a little more than playing.
I'm gonna be king of the pirates! The reason why I'm afraid of it, Ollie, is because if it happens, then there will be absolutely no hope for you. I don't want that.
What hope do you think you're trying to protect? Like, hold on. So, am I supposed to believe that the people just incessantly whining about Disney not adhering to Legends are happier than me?
I don't know if
Am I supposed to want to leave the community of people who, like, let's say the two are separate communities, they're not, but let's say that they are. Am I supposed to want to leave mine for yours?
Well, you've got so much potential,
People
Ollie.
that spend hours of their day keyword searching stuff to complain about on Twitter. And people who will not see the obvious merit in what does exist because it's not exactly what they wanted. Am I supposed to believe that they are more content than I am?
I wouldn't want you to be those kind of fans, Ollie. I want you to be the kind of fan I am.
Well, those are the kind of fans that you're throwing in with, whether you are one or not.
No. I don't look for things to complain about these days because I've given up.
And besides, it's not a zero-sum game. The High Republic being better wouldn't make the Legends canon bad. Only the Legends canon being bad would make it bad.
Even if the Legend canon was bad, it would still be better than High Republic.
You've not read it, you don't know that.
I don't need to.
In order to know that, you do.
It's not Legends, so it's inferior.
Well, if you're happy being wrong, then by all means.
I'm happy being right, which I am. Actually, no, that's not true. Sometimes I'm not happy to be right.
Look, we both know that even the best Legends story pales in comparison to the worst canon one.
No, we don't know that.
Well, I have as much claim to say that as you do to say that the High Republic is worse, not having read it.
Well, you haven't read enough of the Legends book, so it's the same problem.
I've read more of those than you've read of the High Republic.
I've read more Legends books than you.
And I've read more canon books than you, so I'm more qualified to say that they're better, by your logic.
I doubt it.
They're by the same writers, there's not that much of a gap in quality between them. That's I was kind of hoping that they wouldn't hire the same writers for that reason.
It's debatable. We're going against the rules on my Discord now.
Alright, fair enough. But God, Star Wars fans pick some weird things to be upset about.
We wouldn't have to be upset if Disney had done it right in the first place.
Yeah, but you would be anyway. Like,
No.
It is an 100% certifiable fact that no matter what form Star Wars was taking right now, a load of the fans would be bitching.
Only the same minority that disliked the prequels.
It is the same minority that disliked the prequels who are now pretending they didn't.
What about the guy who did that video I showed you some time ago?
I mean, he did a below-average surface-level analysis of The Last Jedi and said things about J.J. Abrams that everybody already knew.
I'd say it was above average.
Well, yeah, but you would.
Yeah, because I'm right.
Well, no, because you're a below-average analysis too.
My analysis gave it the benefit of the doubt.
俺を舐めすぎなんじゃねえ
I've beaten Kaido, it would seem.
奴の隙をついて一気に勝負を決めるしかねえな
私に任せて。
Is she going to do all the work for me?
She shouldn't be able to. The kings of Zoe, as well as a load of other minks, did exactly the same thing at the same time in the anime, and it wasn't enough.
Quiet, you!
Quiet, Joe.
拙者も見届ける。戦えなくても命を懸ける覚悟でござる。
You really shouldn't.
Why? What's the point?
Precisely. Are you adding something to this?
I mean, he's making a philosophical point, but is it worth making?
No. If he can't counter this, then he ain't worth anything. As it happens, he doesn't need to.
Because Kinemon can cut fire.
俺はここだ。カイドウ。お前を倒して、俺はモモとの約束を果たす。
And you're just an old man playing at being a dragon.
Huh.
How much of his life do you suppose this is going to take from him?
I don't know. There is a fan theory that, well, I can't really tell you exactly what it is without spoiling, but,
Probably best not to do it on a live stream.
yeah.
I
There
w-
is a fan theory as to how Luffy is going to get that lifespan back. That's all I'm going to say.
Personally, I wouldn't care, but someone watching might.
Yeah. You should always act as if you've got an audience. Because one day you might, especially if you're archiving things.
ねえもんだなつまらね
Am I boring him to death?
こんな退屈な世界をぶっ壊す世界最高の戦争を始めるならよてめえらここでぶっ潰しちまっても面白くねえ
「
Hmm. Well, just remember, when you start that war, I won this battle.
Yeah.
皆さんはそのまま本部に帰還なすってください。ビッグマムとカイドウがしばらくおとなしくしてくれりゃいいが、海賊どもと組むのはこれで最後にしているのだ。ロー、キッド、そして麦わら。奴らはさらに力を増しやがった。絶対にあっちゃならねえ。あの世代から黒ひげに次ぐ新たな四皇が誕生するなんてことは。こたびの力添え、誠に。
よい金右衛門、ルフィには拙者がお礼を申す。
So thank him then.
ルフィ、拙者たちと一緒に戦ってくれてかたじけのうござった。和の国も救われ、父上の志を継ぐことができ、本当に感謝の言葉もないでござる。
桃之助様、ご立派になられ。
Man, he's still a boy.
あ、頑張ったな。
Did well, he didn't do anything.
In the anime, he at least takes a beating for the cause.
Hmm.
おい、行こう。
Mr. Pretentious. That's a pretty long word for you, Luffy.
てめえに礼を言っとく。慣れ合う気はねえ。前に言った通り、ワンピースを狙う間柄だ。いつか必ずてめえは倒す。
ワンピースは俺が見つけるけどよ。敵とか倒すとかまだいいじゃねえか。今はよ、一緒に戦った仲間なんだからよ。
Eat, drink, and be merry, kid, for tomorrow you die.
いいじゃねえかよ。俺たちはもう仲間なんだからよ。あ、
ルフィ、俺はそろそろ任務に戻るよ。無事でよかった。またどっかで会おう。
まだいろよサボ。
そうしてんだが、このところ革命軍も世界政府も慌ただしく動いてる。世界は大きく荒れるかもしれねえ。わかったよ。お前の仲間たちに挨拶してから出航するよ。
Why does he seem so annoyed with Sabo?
じゃあな、サボ。
You just wanted him to stick around a bit longer.
Oh, I get it. Birds of a feather should fly together, and you're technically not in the same flock, even if you are of the same breed.
Huh.
Saw that coming.
Yeah. Sanji doesn't seem to like swordsmen, does he?
No. Maybe he's envious.
Huh.
おい、みんな。カイドウとの結果は俺たちの勝ちだ。おかげで
I mean, you didn't exactly beat him. He got bored and left, but okay.
お前らが困った
Well, he didn't get what he wanted.
大声で
He
俺
didn't
たち
win.
Yeah, I suppose that in itself is a
俺たち
victory.
も
Probably the best you were gonna get.
助けを呼ぶからよ俺たちの冒険はまだまだ続く俺たちはずっと仲間で友達だ
友達じゃね
I feel like I'm hearing one of Little Karibo's Teia's friendship speeches.
やるぞ
Yep.
今度こそ
Send the four emperors packing. Does that include Shanks?
ワンピースを見つけて
It does eventually. I think Luffy's hoping to leave him for last.
俺はなる
It's a shame they couldn't dub this game.
Hmm.
Well, I suppose they didn't dub this game. I'm sure they could have.
Wouldn't it be just horrible if it turned out that One Piece doesn't actually exist and Gold Rogers was just playing with everyone?
I'd laugh. The real treasure was the friends we made along the way. Are you kidding me?
The real treasure was the pain you felt on the arduous journey that it took to get you this far. Treasure that pain.
I mean, Rayleigh could have told them, but Luffy demanded he didn't. So if he gets disappointed by the end of the journey at this point, he's got no one to blame for him but himself.
Hmm. I think it's everyone except Luffy who would probably have a take umbrage.
Yeah. But I think this is very much a the journey is the destination type thing. Even if there isn't a One Piece, the journey was still worth making.
Hmm. I wonder how many of these credits are there. I hope it's not too long. I'm actually late now.
Can you not skip the credits?
I'm
Or do you not want to?
not sure I want to, no.
Well, at the rate they're going through the story, I don't think it's too long.
Hmm.
Because, you know, they're already at the Paramount War.
There is one thing I want to correct you on, Ollie.
What?
Hope that I'm protecting. I'm not
Yeah?
actually protecting anything. What I'm trying to say to you is you've got a lot of potential to be a fan like me, and I don't like to see that potential wasted. I have a preoccupation with waste. Not only that, but also I'd like to stop arguing with you.
So stop arguing with me.
It'd be easier if we were on the same page.
Yeah, but what if I told you you can be well versed in Legends lore and still enjoy the Disney canon for what it is, and that there is room in the universe for two?
I already know that. Eckhard's Ladder proved that to me. Most of the time, if Eckard's Ladder says anything against Disney, it's usually that they keep stealing fan art or not giving enough royalties to their writers.
Yeah, and that's another reason they were never going to adapt the Legends canon, because that would have meant paying the writers more. And as we know, they're not inclined to do that if they can get away with not.
I doubt it would have changed the situation all that much.
Probably wouldn't have done, but that's, still a factor. Oh, yeah, you're at the final battle now. I imagine the credits won't be that much longer.
One theory which I do have to possibly counter that. The reason why they're cutting expenses because they're not making enough gross income from their products. So they're trying to make
ridiculous.
up. So
they basically own film.
So they're trying to make up for their losses. DC did the same thing with their new Superman idea. We'll keep the name so we can have the icon, but we'll make him a different character so we don't have to pay royalties to Superman's original creator.
I'm sure, Superman's original creator is probably long dead. I don't know, I haven't looked into it, but it seems like it would be.
He has passed on. It's his families they'd be paying royalties to.
I'm pretty sure they would still have to, regardless if they're using the Superman name.
Well, you know how loopholes in legal arguments work, I assume.
Yeah, but I'm not sure there would be a loophole there.
Sure, they'd find one if they thought they could. And even if they couldn't, they'd probably still try and mess up everything up with their audience in the process. What do they care?
You've unlocked Kaido.
I have. That's going to be a lot of fun to play as.
Yes, I imagine so. Sam says he's proportionately sized as well.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. Difficulty level ultra hard has been added to the game settings in options. Which difficulty have I been on? Was it medium?
I think so. Possibly easy. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like, Warriors games are meant to make you feel powerful.
Indeed, and this one has made me feel incredibly powerful as I've played it. Yeah. For now, though, I believe it is now time to call it a stream.
Yes.
Stay safe, everybody. This content will be available on my YouTube channel. In the upcoming week, I plan to stream Star Wars: The Old Republic. One of the only last two vestiges that still makes quality Star Wars stories.
Oh, stop whining.
I wasn't whining, I was stating a fact. I'm Jack Yardley. I've been joined by Oliver Johnson. His contributions have been invaluable to these streams, given that One Piece is not my forte in any shape, size or form, but I am catching up. I'm at the Paramount
I've basically
War right
been
now.
filling in what the game misses out.
Yes. And also, given that one was a gamer's original, that's a piece of One Piece you haven't seen yet, wouldn't it?
Yes, I suppose so.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Hope you end up streaming this game yourself one day, Ollie.
I probably will soon, but I've got such a... Oh my god, there are so many games I want to stream.
I may even try Machinima at Star Wars: The Old Republic, but that's a long way away yet. I still wanted to get through my stop motion idea.
I'm looking forward to both.
So am I. Stay safe, everybody. Good night.
Yeah. Good night.